So we're coming to the close of the NBA season. We're just a few short weeks away. April 28th, I think, is when the playoffs start.
Yep.
And everyone is talking about who the MVP should be. And it's been a really tight race this year.
Yeah.
We have four top candidates for the MVP. I mean, you have to go all the way back to 1961-62 MVP race for something that was as close to this. And that was the year Bill Russell won over Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, and Elgin Baylor. Oscar Robertson, by the way, averaged a triple-double that year and did not win the MVP. So,
interesting.
Sean, who do you have winning the MVP this year? Who's your guy?
So we have, four candidates, right? We have
Westbrook,
James
Harden, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard.
All right, let me go down this list here, okay? So each player honestly, these are all great players. They put up great stats. Leonard, I'll start with him. He's your boy, Kawhi Leonard on the San Antonio Spurs. I love him. One of the best two-way players. And he's gotten better and better each year. The biggest reason I don't think he's going to win it is just because he's on the Spurs. And the Spurs, I feel like if you're looking at most valuable player, if they lost him, they'd still be a top 4 team. Just because of the style of play they have, the coaching, I still think they would be a top 4 team. I know you're shaking your head, but I still think so.
Okay.
Looking at LeBron. LeBron, same thing. He's great. Without him, though, they would not be anything. But he's a great player. They would be shit. Even though they still have Kyrie Irving and everything. But I want to get to 2 other guys that have always been like the second guy. And that's Westbrook and Harden. Those are my top 2 MVPs. And I'm excited about this. We have Westbrook, 38 triple-doubles, right? 38 triple-doubles. He's... Oh, God, godly numbers this year. Putting on a show after Durant left. So I got to give him props. But I don't think he's going to win.
Wow.
I don't think he's going to win it because with me, MVPs, you got to make your team I don't think he makes his teammates better. And it just doesn't impress me in the sense of his overall, because the team is a 6 seed. You're putting up these godly numbers, and you're not even a top 3 seed in your conference.
Usually that disqualifies you as an MVP candidate.
Yeah, in the NBA, that disqualifies you. You're not even an MVP candidate, pretty much, typically. But obviously his godly numbers have put him up in that discussion. So I look at the next best thing, and that's Harden. And Harden, he's put up good numbers. He's 3rd seed. And he's competed with pretty much every single team. Every top team he's competed with. And he's even beat some of these teams, the Spurs and stuff like that. So I give it to Harden, man. And I don't like Harden. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate the beard. But I'm going to give it to Harden. But I think it should still be Westbrook, but I'm going to give it to Harden.
Harden? Okay. All right, so let me go down these lists of guys. Kawhi Leonard. If you take Kawhi Leonard off the San Antonio Spurs, they're not making...
You don't think they'll be a playoff team?
They'd probably be a playoff team. They'd probably be a 7th seed, right?
Oh, I'd give them better than that.
Well, because you see, Kawhi Leonard, they live and they die by Kawhi Leonard. Not live and die. I mean, he is so efficient for them on both sides of the ball. He's so vitally important, okay? He averages 25 points a game. He's a multi-defensive player of the year. He is San Antonio Spurs have never had a guy like Kawhi Leonard. We've always had great big men, Tim Duncan, David Robinson,
True.
George the Iceman Gervin, but Kawhi Leonard, he does have that stigma on him that he's playing with the San Antonio Spurs. You never really think of MVP players from the Spurs, just because they are so team-oriented in Greg Popovich, and they just got that on them. LeBron James. LeBron James is the most valuable player in the entire NBA. Yeah. I mean, nobody is close to having his kind of value. He does everything. He's great at everything on both ends of the court. And nobody comes close to him as
This guy can
adding
pass,
value. You take
rebound.
LeBron. I mean, we've seen what happens when he leaves Cleveland. They were like one of the worst teams, and they got the number one overall pick with with Kyrie Irving and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you saw what happened with LeBron James when he left Miami Heat. That's how much of an impact he is. No one is more valuable than LeBron James. But this year, there's a lot of shade thrown his way because, you saw what happened just recently when he played the San Antonio Spurs. He basically just tapped out, He took a slight elbow to the back, and then he just fell on the floor like he was dead and took himself out of the game. A whole lot of resting by LeBron James this year. And that's not I don't really knock him for that, because when you play as much as basketball as this guy, he goes to NBA Finals every fucking year. You can't blame him. So because of that,
He's
the
probably got
resting
the
and
most
everything,
minutes, too. He plays the most minutes every year.
LeBron James is out. Although he should be the most valuable player every year because he valued the key word.
Nobody can argue that.
So coming down to Westbrook and Harden, I am going to have to go with Westbrook. Even though James Harden is a 3rd seed and Westbrook is taking his team to a 6th seed, and I do have my knocks against Westbrook because do I honestly think he makes his teammates better? And isn't that something that you want to look for when you're looking at MVP?
Yep.
How does he affect his team? And I can't really say that Westbrook makes his teammates better.
Nope.
I just feel like everything, when I watch the Oklahoma City game, it feels like everything's just completely towards Westbrook. He's been accused of even cherry picking. He doesn't guard the 3-point line, and his team is very, very efficient on offensive rebounding. And as soon as they get that offensive rebound, they throw it to fucking Westbrook and let him do what he has to do. And then of course, the very shocking thing is he takes 24 shots a game. That is crazy. No one's even close to that. 24 shots a game. And he's 104th in field goal percentage. 104th. LeBron James is 11th. James Harden, 85th. Kawhi Leonard, 34th. So Harden and Westbrook, as far as efficiency goes, they're putting up a whole bunch of shots, and they're taking a whole bunch of shots to be able to get those triple doubles.
Yeah.
But Westbrook, 38 triple doubles, 56 double doubles, 31 points a game, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and arguably the most clutch player this season. And he scored the most points of any triple-double in NBA history. Oscar Robertson probably should have won that 61-62 MVP race. When you average a triple-double for the season, I guess you got to be MVP. And they're not going to get it wrong this time. They're going to give it to the guy who averaged a triple-double for a season. It's going to go Westbrook. And I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Westbrook. For all those reasons.
You're
now I've heard Kobe say before that he thinks that it should be a co-MVP. No, there'll never be a co-MVP. That's not ever going to happen again because that's not how it works anymore. And and the MVP race, I don't know, it kind of seems different at times. That kind of has me scratching my head because, again, if we're voting the most valuable player, LeBron James wins every year. So really this race is who's the best player, who's been the best player of the season, and to me that's got to be Westbrook, averaging a triple-double for the season.
I can't argue with that, but I still think you're wrong.
So who do you guys think will be the MVP this year, and tell us why?
Tell us who's wrong.
You got Westbrook? Do you got Harden? Do you think it should be LeBron James? Or would you go with Kawhi Leonard at 4 as the 4th best guy to win it? And I would even throw in a 5th guy. I would throw in a guy who I think has been very overlooked this year, and I would say John Wall. John Wall has been a beast this year.
Nice. Okay.
And then Isaiah Thomas also was really good, but John Wall I would throw in as a 5th candidate. He was very overlooked, very underrated, and he is tearing it up right now in the NBA.
Yeah.
So tell us who you guys think should win the MVP, and do you agree with Sean? Do you think James Harden's going to win, should win, or do you think Westbrook is going to win?
Fuck Westbrook.
Let us know. Hey, if you enjoy these videos, then click these links down here below for some of our other videos.
And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button to catch our future videos.
Yes. Do that. Do it now.
what he said.